It's the morning cryptos. What happened? What happened? Did Bitcoin fall down? What happened? We will see. Here on the Morning Cryptos, it's Mark Shepard, and we have definitely some retracements here on Bitcoin, back down to 42.15. Okay, now I want you to remember how you felt Friday as it was cranking up towards 5,000. Did you think it was going to hit 5,000? Because I did, right? We all kind of like, ooh, 5,000. Did you feel the fear of missing out? Did you feel the FOMO? Because I have a very tiny position in Bitcoin right now, and I felt it. I was like, oh, what did I do? Oh. And then, but my logic, we have logic and we have emotion. My logic was like, it'll be back. It'll be back, right? But the fear of missing out is such a strong human emotion. It is the hypnosis of money, people. And we are at day 36 of my 90-day challenge to understand money and the crypto sphere and what is happening in this new revolution. So as I blab, I will do the charts and we'll look at it and we'll think about it. And just remember, this is not to be construed as investment advice because A, I have no idea what I'm doing. And B, it's just the advice that I'm giving myself. And ultimately, we have beginner's mind, and also the idea in my mind is that thousands of people every day are discovering Bitcoin, are basically being exposed to Bitcoin, the gateway drug to cryptos, and they're getting hooked, they're getting addicted. And there's been a whole pattern from July 31st when I really kind of dove into the next level. I started just buying, a little bit of Bitcoin here and there at Coinbase, which is probably how a lot of people start. There's the gateway to the gateway drug is Coinbase, and if you do happen to use the link below this video, you'll get $10 of Bitcoin, and I'll get $10 of Bitcoin, and that's a win-win and a good place to start. But eventually, you discover that you want to trade. That's what I discovered. Like, you know what? I have more control as a trader. I'm not just giving my money to some high yield investment program, to some stranger, putting my money in a box, hoping that it comes out double. And ultimately, you can actually create returns that are pretty stupendous. And yet, if you screw it up, the only one you can blame is yourself. And most people find that to be an area of discomfort, and that's one of my life challenges, is to pull myself out of the victim mindset and to really own my own reality. So here we are, Labor Day weekend in the United States, September 4th, and it is day 36. It's a lot has happened. It's the beginning of week 6 for me, and so let's look at the charts, and let me get one more slug of coffee here. All right. So, Bitcoin. We have some serious retracement here today. Let's draw a line. Let's see what's going on here. Where are we? Where is the support? Where's the resistance? Let's see. We are right at, looks like 42.16. But it looks like support. I have the twitchiest damn mouse. My buddy here is here. He's going to help me figure out how to navigate these charts so I don't get car sick. Okay, so we have the closest level of support that really looks fairly solid is 39.89. I don't think it's going to go that far. I think we're going to have ourselves kind of a sweet setup for the next move. That's what I'm thinking. Let me draw a line here. See these two areas of support. be interested. This is something to watch. This is something that right now, if you really want Bitcoin, not a horrible place to get in. But again, I want to kind of see what it's doing a little bit more in depth. Let's look at the 1 hour charts. And on the 1 hour charts, we have some pretty serious downward moving bottoms. The tops are moving down, the bottoms are moving down. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. It's all looking down right now. It's like the trend in this movement is down. It doesn't look like it wants to stop. Right? So you might want to wait a little bit. If I were you, I would watch this and not be too concerned about missing out. Because it moved like a son of a gun. It approached a major, major milestone, and of course it's going to back away. It's just kind of the nature. It's got a weird perverseness. Let's look at the 1 minute chart, see what we got. Now, on the 1 minute, this last minute was a serious up minute, right? So I would keep checking in on the 1 minute chart throughout the day. And that's what I will probably do. I'll just keep peeking in. And it's interesting. I think one of the reasons I'm kind of good at this is I had a childhood where I had to be hyper vigilant, right? I had to constantly pay attention to my mother's mood. And here on the next minute, it's moving up. And so that hypervigilance, a lot of times your childhood wounds can be your greatest weakness or also your greatest strength. So for me, hypervigilance, kind of checking in, being sensitive to the energy of things, helped me get through my childhood. So I'm kind of looking at how we adapt and what this process of engaging with these markets is, what it does psychologically for us. Why it's so satisfying. In some ways, it's like hunting. And whereas maybe buying mining contracts is more like farming, or maybe it's more like mining. This might be hunting and gathering here. And the mining contracts are kind of like farming or mining. But on the 1 minutes, I'm liking it. It'd be interesting to watch, because we could be right at that turnaround spot, right, where you get in and it keeps going up from here. So that I'm liking the Bitcoin chart. Let's go back to the 1 day. And I want to play with something. I want you to see something. When you look at it with candles, it looks like it's kind of going up in the air, and it almost looks unsupported and like it could topple over. But if you switch the chart, let's see, where's the chart style? If you switch to area, it gives you more of a sense of this is a mountain, right? You have a whole different perception because you see all the area filled in, right? And you can see how far we've come since the last major retracement, which was the 18th of July. I mean, we have rocked the Casbah, right? So it's a peak, right? So there's going to be retracements. It can't just keep going straight up. So this is a good spot to watch. Let's go back to candles. And something to pay attention to. So if we go below this line that I just drew, that could indicate that we're possibly moving into some bearishness for a while. So I'm going to watch this. This is interesting times. All right, let's go to Dash. Do. See if I can move this chart. All right, Dash, nice pullback here. And let's to see where the areas of support are. We have a little support here, nice little area of support. We have a little possible area here. And we'll see if this, this former little top will be support for this area or not. So this is kind of the line I'm going to look for. And if it goes up a little bit from here and doesn't just go down to this area of support, we'll see. But I would be looking to get some more dash if it pulls back a little bit more, and we'll see. Let's look at the, and we have a double top here. That's the other interesting thing. We have a kind of a double top. So that's kind of the region I'm going to be watching. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? And so this is kind of, for me, a watch point, but I think there's going to be some nice opportunities to jump back in and get some more dash and more Bitcoin and more pretty much everything, because they all seem to be doing something similar in their own way. So interesting. Let's look at the 1 hour chart for Dash. Nice. Now this is interesting. We have a bottom here, and then a bit of a recovery, and then a higher bottom, and then a lower bottom. So that's interesting. We will be watching that because we have these two bottoms. If you draw the line between those, like, why is this below that support? We don't know. So, interesting. Interesting. Let's look at let's look at 10 minutes. And this last 10 minutes is up. So there may be some recovery things happening. Let's look at the 1 minutes. Yeah, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 6 minutes it's been up. So interesting. Interesting. There seems to be at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 minutes ago, there was some significant buying volume coming in, and you see the bump. So I think other people are looking at this chart and they're going, yeah, time to go shopping. It's a Labor Day sale. You could get more for less. So let's go back to the 1 day. And yeah, I think there's an opportunity right here. But I kind of want to see some support. I want to see where, I'll be watching this today. I probably wouldn't make a move right now because it's the first thing in the morning. It's god awful early on a holiday morning. So we'll see. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum. Oh, Ethereum. If you thought you'd missed the boat when it approached 400 yet again, here it is. Your opportunity had pulled itself right back to that sweet little sideways trading range that it was doing back in the beginning of August. Look at this. Right back to that sideways trading range. It's almost like this is like a trader's dream. It goes up and it comes back, and it goes up, but it comes back, and it goes up, but it comes back. So I'm interested to see where we have some consolidation, where we have some of these candles that aren't these long ones, right? And we have a sweet double top here. And as I said the other day, it'd be interesting to see if Ethereum does a sideways trading range between these two big tops and this big bottom. This fat bottom right here. Fat bottom chart, you make the crypto world go round. So Yeah, let's dive into Ethereum. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Down, 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 girl. Easy. There you go. Let's look at a 5 minute chart. And I can't see the bottom of the chart. That was bugging me. And but it looks like we're having a little bit of recovery at the end of this 5 minute period here. And let's go deeper. Let's go into 1 minute. Let's see what's going on. So there's actually, if you look at the 1 minute chart, it's not that precipitous. It's a kind of a steady downward thing, and we have these little mini recoveries. And the question is this one of these little mini recoveries, or is this it turning around and going, okay, that's far enough. We've taken enough profits. Let's rebuy and move it up again. So on the 1 minute, you can see it's moving up, and it wants to get back up. There's the 300 mark. Just kind of it's tickling 300. Interesting. So I would definitely think about picking up some more Ethereum at this point. I don't know what the hell just happened. I'm going to just move to this chart and then move to this one. If I hit this, will it make it back? No. I don't know how to reset these charts. That's my next thing to learn, is how to just like clear it and reset it without having to just refresh the page. So yeah, so this I think it's gonna work its way down to 280, but this might be enough support here, the 296 level, because that's right in the middle of that sideways range. That would be probably a pretty good place to get in, because it really just looks like it's profit taking at this point. There's nothing that has changed. No news has come in that's like, oh my God, get rid of your Ethereum. Nothing. So to me, that's traders going, yeah, let me get out of this. But for a lot of people, I wouldn't sell now. Not a good time. Either hang on to it and just be patient, or get more. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now in Ethereum, because I really like the fact that this little sideways trading range, that's a setup for a move, and yet if it stays in that support range, that's going to be like, yeah, that's confirmation. That's social proof, right? This is a crowd. This is a group of people, actually two groups of people, sellers and buyers. You know, the buyers are there. I think there are more buyers right now thinking that this entire crypto space is just destined to grow as the early adapters turn into the larger group of people that's going, oh, this is good. Let's buy some. I think it's a worldwide phenomenon, and I don't think these things are going to lose value anytime soon. So this to me is just a breath. It's just a retracement. That's my take on it. Think what you want. That's my opinion. It's only my opinion. All right, so Ethereum. Since we have an IOTA chart here, I'm just going to look at it. And it just seems like IOTA is doing what everybody else is doing too, except it's, 52 cents, right? Not $520 or $5,000. It's 52 cents. And I think IOTA has a lot of really good fundamentals. It's new. It's different. It uses the Tangle instead of the blockchain. It seems to have a really good plan, blah, 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 blah. But just looking at the chart, I want to see a little consolidation. And I'm definitely looking to get some IOTA. And that's part of what I'm going to be working on this week, is really really exploring the exchanges and how to buy and sell stuff on an exchange, an actual trading exchange. So there we are with IOTA. I'm not going to do too much with that. Just go to, where's my Litecoin? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, Litecoin, I believed in you. I believed in you. I thought you could fly to the moon, Litecoin. And here you are. Hello, 67 again. Oh, man. At one point, man, it hit, how high did it go? It hit 93. And I could just, I have a pretty decent position in Litecoin. And it was sweet. It felt like, wow, man, I'm up. I felt value flow into my being. I felt worthy of adventure and conquest. I felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like I could master my purpose in life. And here it is, a retracement. Oh, well, I think it's going to consolidate and keep going. But the question is, where is it going to consolidate? If you think about it, this is really a big move from where it was kind of doing its sideways trading range around 48. 67 is still a hell of a move if you think about it. And I think from this point we'll continue to kind of at a more gradual pace work our way up. And remember, the whole SegWit activation thing involves this whole Lightning Network and these things called atomic swaps, so that Litecoin and Bitcoin can go kind of back and forth easily and quickly. And I don't understand all the technology of it, but all that hasn't happened yet. And when it does happen, and it makes both Bitcoin and Litecoin better in a fundamental way, sounder instruments, more useful, etc., I think is going to keep cranking. So I am not leaving my position in Litecoin. I'm in Litecoin, and I would look to get some more here. I think this is a pretty good spot, but again, I want to kind of let's look at let's go into the details. The 1 hour chart. We have a couple of places of support here in this move down. And this is a dip beneath those. This is the line I drew yesterday. So nice that the chart remembers it. So that's interesting. Let's go deeper, Iser. Let's go to the 10-minute chart. Okay, on the 10-minute chart, we see some buying going on here. And the volume looks like it's picking up a little bit as well. So, interesting. I think we might find some support here. Let's go deeper. Let's look at the 1 minute. What's going on? Oh, the 1 minute. We have some upping, some up moving. So it's interesting. There's kind of a cluster of support down here at, looks like 65.099. And it's moved up since then to 67. That's a pretty significant little uptick. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it today. And if I just happen to find any money lying around, I would buy more Litecoin. I'd buy more Bitcoin. I'd buy more Ethereum. This is a Labor Day sale, people. I think that's probably going to be the headline here. Labor Day sale. Yeah. Okay, and we have a little downage happening right now, but we'll see. This is fascinating to me. So let's go back to the 1 day. Let's get rid of that line. Okay, let's look at XMR. Is that Monero or is it XRP Monero? I can't remember. Let's look at this other chart. Let's look at Monero on this chart. The white is blowing my brains out. And these charts take long to show. Yeah, the same things happen in Monero. So I'm not going to go deep with Monero, but See, these things go up so steeply, and then they begin to go up more gradually, and you'll see that as like a little mini bubble or a burst. But okay, good. So that's it for the cryptos today. It's kind of exciting. Let's go back to the Bitcoin screen just so we can. I think that's a Labor Day sale. I think it might be a good time to pick some stuff up, but I'm going to keep watching it. And at the moment, I don't personally see any reason to sell. I think there's plenty of more energy in this market. So that's it for today. My buddy is visiting me today, and we are thinking deeply about this space. And last night we were kind of shooting the breeze and really thinking about why is this such an engaging process. And I think it's because it's a way to interact with our environment that's very much akin to our evolution as hunter and gatherers, right? And it's like, you don't know what's going to happen when you go out hunting. You know, you leave the village, you leave the tribe, and you go out with, a couple of your trusted hunting buddies, right? And so you're not just alone hunting. You have a couple of dudes with you who've got your back and you've got their back, and they may see things you don't see. So you have, maybe there's three of us, maybe there's 2 or 3 of us, and we're hunting partners. And maybe you're really good at reading the tracks on the ground, and I may be really good at, I may have a really good sense of smell. I might be able to actually smell, if we can get downwind from the bear. Yeah, there's a bear up there, or whatever, You may be really good with the bow and arrow. I may be really good with a spear, or whatever. We complement each other. So, but we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the outcome is. The bear could do anything. The lion, the bear, even a deer. You could be mauled by a buck with, 10-point antlers. And we think of deer as tame, but you can still get your ass kicked, right? So these markets are all we have today in our cushy modern world, right? And it still excites the same parts of our brain. That's why, it's like the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is like, come and check the charts, right? And this is probably happening all over the world. Somebody who 6 months ago didn't even know what Bitcoin was, or a year ago, suddenly this is their life. And they're looking and going, wow, maybe I can do this. This is enjoyable. This is profitable. I see hope and possibility for my life here. And there's a whole process we go through where we first discover Bitcoin, and then we maybe get hooked into a Ponzi scheme, because I don't know. They say they're mining and trading. I don't know. And eventually you begin to discern what's bullshit and what's actually real. And trading is actually real. You'll wake up today or tomorrow, and the market will still be there. If you wake up after putting your money in a Ponzi scheme, it may not be there, or it may look like it's there, but they suddenly stop paying out. These markets will still be here. And it's you against the market. It's a worthy adversary. And that triggers all kinds of cool stuff. At least I know as a guy. I don't know how women traders do this, or if it's even something that appeals to the feminine, because it seems like such a masculine energy of hunting, essentially. Looking for the clues, looking for the signs, knowing when to step aside, knowing when to go in, knowing when, okay, the bear isn't asleep in his burrow yet, so I'm not going to crawl down there and kill him while he's hibernating. But if I wait a month, I might have a chance, right? So, and I'm sorry if the hunting analogy isn't working for you, but that's where my mind is at, and it is September 4th. This has been The Morning Cryptos. If you like this, please, I really appreciate if you could subscribe and hit that little bell thing and give me a thumbs up, because YouTube goes, oh, this guy actually responds to his people, and that. So if you could leave a comment, that helps too, because I do respond to my comments, and I read every single one of them, and so I appreciate that very much. And I think that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's Morning Cryptos. I may or may not do a Crypto Crankers guide video today. My buddy's with me, and we're thinking deep thoughts, and we're gonna work on getting our asses set up in either Bittrex or Bitfinex. I'm not sure I want to mess with Poloniex. I don't know. We'll check out the exchanges. So there may be a video on how to do that if you're new and you want to watch me make a fool of myself exploring how to actually do actual trading, buying and selling. That would be cool. My background, years and years ago, I did a little bit of futures trading, but in that case, I had a broker. Here you can actually place your trades. And so that's kind of cool, and it's also a little intimidating, so that's what's next. What else? Other news, I have a new CD coming out soon, and doing some local performing of my sound healing hypnosis stuff. And for me, it's all connected. You may not be interested in my music, but if you have an open mind and you like acoustic music and you like hypnosis or you like a little meditation, you might want to check out some of my sound healing hypnosis videos. And I think that's it. Have a great Labor Day if you're in the States, and if you're someplace else, have a great day laboring, and or not. Maybe you don't work for the man anymore and you're free, and that would be cool too. And peace, grooviness. Over and out. Start the music. I'll see you tomorrow. This has been the Morning Cryptos.